Welcome to the Phillips 66 Big 12 Men's Basketball Championship. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. The Knights, the Jayhawks, looking to match up with Arizona in the quarterfinals. One more spot available on quarterfinal.
Top. UCF, some of their best offense is just getting fouled.
Yes.
Like they're one of the best teams in the country at drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line.
And they have to share the basketball. When they get into the one-on-one battle, Kansas's help defense is good enough to make it tough.
Keyshawn Hall drives, crashes, and an offensive foul 17 seconds in.
Straight up, straight down, instead of going through the body to make a pass.
And that's exactly what I mean when I talk about their help defense. Kansas's defense loads up, so when you drive, you have to be aware of the second defender.
Trying to get it to Dickinson down low. Deflect. They on your plane this morning?
Yes, they were. 28 people on my flight here to Kansas City.
Were you kicking the chair of any of them on the way from Vegas to Kansas City?
No, I thought they did a good job last night.
It's a go on for KU.
Well, he lit up.
I liked Oklahoma State.
Yeah, you did.
Especially my senior year. I liked Oklahoma State.
The hustle by DeJuan Harris Jr. for KU.
I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't KU in this building.
Zeke Mayo.
Roxy, did I tell you? The last thing you want to do on this floor in front of this crowd is allow the Jayhawks to go out to an 8-0 start from Johnny Dawkins. He's got a call time. His team is rattled. They haven't had many good shot attempts. Very high clip, and they're not disruptive. The best teams in the country are disruptive at the defensive end of the floor.
Darius Johnson to the bucket. It breaks the seal for UCF.
But I'll tell you one thing, they can
2 games of the regular season. He responded last night with 15, but got them off to the start they needed.
But one-on-one, he's just so gifted. And I think that's the problem that they run into sometimes. They try to play one-on-one basketball, but when Darius Johnson, the way that he's been playing in the last 5 games, averaging over 20 points.
With the perimeter shot. They have not established their inside presence at all. Only 2 points inside the paint.
KJ Adams puts it up and in.
And he's so good on that short roll. I mean, I talked about Hunter Dickinson and how he set screens. KJ Adams, same thing with him. They do a tremendous job in that pick and roll, catching their short roll, not being sped up, taking their time, seeing what opportunity get created.
Missing inside is Mustafa Chong. Here comes Kansas running it back the other way. To the bucket. DeJuan Harris.
When a guard changes direction like that and steps over the top of the defensive player and they open up their hips, it becomes so easy for them to score. Great job by DeJuan Harris to change direction.
Look where he put the ball on the glass.
Darius Johnson way up, but it's cleaned up underneath by the 7'2" freshman from Senegal, Mustafa Chong.
I like him. I think he's going to be really good.
I think he's an NBA player. I mean, I'm watching that matchup right now. The way that he's grown throughout the season, his touch that he showed yesterday, Roxy, with the game that we did. You don't see that a lot from guys who are 7'2", especially with his feel for being an elite-level rim protector.
Darius Johnson, the steal, and the lay-in in transition. And Johnson already
Good steals. You can turn it into easy offense.
Might have pulled a little bit with that right hand, King.
I'm sorry. It wasn't called.
Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
A.J. Storr, 3 to shoot for Kansas, and Storr glides to the basket.
That's what they need from him. They need him to be a consistent scorer, the guy that we know that he can be, that he's shown to be in college basketball.
And a 3 buried by Niels Mahosky for UCF.
A little bit of flow here in the game. I'm not mad at that. Good job by UCF. Quick one pass, find the open guy on the diagonal. Easy 3.
Mahosky with a couple of threes in their win against Utah last night. Hunter Dickinson, and it's intercepted by Jordan Ivy Curry. He pushes to the bucket, and the lay-in Jordan Ivy Curry for UCF.
That was a great double. The length of charm right there when they sent the double forced Hunter Dickinson in that turnover.
Kansas made their last 3 shots. Make it 4 in a row, and UCF has made their last 4.
The problem is they had to kind of turn up.
UCF has won 4 of their last 6. It was after a 7-game losing streak, and the first points for Keyshawn Hall.
That's what he can do. I mean, he does not need any space to elevate up and knock down the shot. The transfer from ULV and George Mason before he got to UCF.
Hunter Dickinson and his first points of the night.
How about what A.J. Storr has been able to do? What's your theory?
A lot of times you transfer in, sometimes it's a lot about you. Right? March has nothing to do with you. It has to do with winning. And as long as A.J. Storr plays hard, good things are going to happen for him.
Corey Badunga, the putback after the offensive rebound. KU's made 6 of their last 9, even with the miss. They go to the bucket and the lay-in.
That change of pace, don't you, King?
That pace was elite.
They've made 6 of their last 8 shots. They climbed within 2.
They like this matchup. We've seen 5 points on this matchup alone.
Darius Johnson fumbles it away. KJ Adams, the drop-off, gliding in A.J. Storr.
I like this matchup right here. One-on-one, 2 guys, similar size. I like that matchup between Hall and Adams.
Storr got lost.
Darius Johnson, 3.
And that's the problem. We know what Storr
Launches for the top, and the rebound Keyshawn Hall for UCF.
And if you watch the way UCF guards, specifically Darius and Storr, they're going under every single ball screen. They don't believe in their ability to knock down threes behind the arc on the dribble.
Because of his ability to knock down the perimeter shot, for some of the other guys,
It was only really, when you insert Rylan Griffin into the game, there's 2 guys on the floor for Kansas.
D, not known as a three-point shooter. Zeke Mayo.
gets to the baseline, relocated for 3. Tell you one thing Kansas has done a great job of. We talked about UCF's ability to get to the free throw line. Only 2 free throws so far in this game.
Oh my goodness. And explode over the 7-2. Big man of Hunter Dickinson is absolutely elite.
I'm glad that you pointed out that Hunter Dickinson is not a small player. I think a lot of people at home would have been concerned and confused by that.
But that's what makes the bucket.
I thought you were going to leave the table. Look out. We got it. We're counting the basket.
So a block was called. Count the basket on a goaltend. And KJ Adams still down for Kansas.
It looks like his head got landed on. Oh.
The previous play is under review for a possible goal.
So they call goaltending and gives them the ability to review it. And as Mustafa Cham was coming down, he landed on KJ Adams. The foul on Debo Coleman of UCF.
I don't think they're going to count the basket. I think he got there. Yeah. There's 2 free throws attempted in the game up until now.
That's a play. I mean, that's what you want if you're a player. I like the more physical games to a certain extent, though. I know you did.
Oh no, he did like the physical. Don't kid you.
Yeah. Oh, you like the physical.
I mean, King, you weren't even alive when I was playing, so just chill.
Off balance, but it still goes for Jordan Ivy Curry.
Not this time.
The lob was taken away by 7-2. Rylan Griffin missing a 3. Mari Badunga rips it down.
My guy Fran calls more lobs for Kansas than Bill Self. Oh, the officials didn't give him the call.
Keyshawn Hall goes baseline.
That's a problem. Okay, you cannot have Harris on Hall.
You can't.
Because his length, it's massive. I got young kids. They teach me all the memes.
Nice pass by Hunter Dickinson to Flori Badunga for the land.
Good job working inside. The double team comes, and the opposite big's got to relocate to a space where Hunter Dickinson can find him. Badunga did a great job on that possession.
Well, that was Dickinson's best possession when it comes to passing out of the double team and actually getting into the person to score. He's turned the ball over twice in that scenario.
Look out.
Keyshawn Hall fouled, will get to the line.
Let's go back to the best right there.
The key, though, was where he started. Badunga's starting high.
Also important, when you send the double, you have to play on the top side, and the double has to come from under.
Going inside again. And Hunter Dickinson can't get the back.
The length is bothering Kansas right now. They're rushing their shots underneath.
Keyshawn Hall. Three. Timeout, Kansas.
Looks like a stay-motivated kid. I mean, a kid who wants to win and wants to prove everybody wrong because he feels like he got snubbed. And that was very, very visible on his Instagram and everything that he posted.
The roll for KJ Adams, who has 9 for the Jayhawks.
Right there, that's something.
From the corner, Kansas pulls it down, and here comes DeJuan Harris. A.J. Storr. Good look at three.
Like shooters, when you think, you start hesitating and try to guide it. There was no guiding there.
You catch it in rhythm, it makes it so much easier. But when you play with a big like KJ Adams who can pass and has the vision that he has.
That's why he can be a pro. 8 another 20 pounds.
Yes.
But Chom has the ability with his length and his size and that touch to be a pro.
And keep in mind, Mustafa Chom should still be in high school. He reclassified to join UCF a year early as a foul inside against the freshman Mustafa Chom.
And he's had some good games this season. He's had some big games. He had 17-5 versus Kansas.
Big 12. You can't tell me that there are 5 freshmen better or more impactful. Individual award. I get it.
I'm not arguing
talk about individual
I didn't
awards.
vote. I did not vote.
So would you have voted for one of the
Yes.
best?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying a lot of times the people that vote on these things, they look at it and say, oh my gosh, his team didn't win enough games, but you're what?
First team, for sure, because they didn't win enough. But still, you can't argue with production.
Chom's three pulls UCF to within 3, and Kansas milking it for the last shot. Hunter Dickinson. The pass across through the hands of KJ Adams, and a turnover.
Come further out, that opens up the lane for Keyshawn Hall to drive.
Darius Johnson launching from midcourt, and that'll take us to halftime. An entertaining first 20 minutes, and a 3-point lead for Kansas.
And one area they can get better, and King, you pointed it out in the first half, is Hunter Dickinson in the double team. Is how you dive out of it. Like, right now, KJ Adams is open if you just throw it up to the rim. If you throw direct passes, it gets deflected.
Rattles off for Rylan Griffin. And the rebound pulled down by UCF as our game summary. Points in the paint, Kansas with 24. But Keyshawn Hall for UCF leading all scorers in the game with 14. Hall for 3 ties the game. 17 for Hall.
Can't leave him open. I think is really bothering Hunter Dickinson.
Gets the roll this time. Over Chom.
Right? Didn't turn into the double team. Rolled away from it. Good extension over the top.
Wait. His strong hand, where he was able to get to it because of the way Chom was playing it.
Roxy currently right now is trying to figure out, why am I still here?
So let me take the rest of the night.
They would create that space, kind of like we saw Keyshawn Hall do to him earlier in the game.
But also posting up on...
Dropped off inside and stripped for Mustafa Chom. Zeke Mayo. Hunter Dickinson hustling for the offensive rebound. In the lane, it rattles out for Niels Mahovsky, and Kansas the rebound.
I'm sure you're like 5 and 6. Where was that when I was in the league?
Where was this Kansas team when I was playing?
Hunter Dickinson. He's come out strong here in the second half.
I'd like to welcome Hunter Dickinson to the Big 12 tournament.
And Sean, that's what happens though. You know this better than anybody. When you get a few going easy by the bucket, now you can expand your range and go to the outside. And oh my goodness, Darius Johnson getting the 2 feet, going through the big's chest. He's as good as anybody in the Big 12 when it comes to playing off of 2 feet.
DeJuan Harris gets in the paint. 9-2 run for the Jayhawks, and they steal it. 3-on-2 back the other way.
Value the ball, slow down, or go out of control. Which one you want?
Reach and foul on Benny Williams.
But just pull the ball out. Undoubtedly, Bill Self challenged him at halftime.
Second, it has not been that case. What adjustment will Charm and Johnny Dawkins make? The 2-3 zone, they go into it. We saw it work last night against Utah, and that's what got them the lead, but they, out of the 2-3 zone, they're quick to match up out of it.
Hunter Dickinson. Second three in the second half.
Hunter Dickinson spacing the floor.
UCF and Mustafa John.
Definitely should have been an and one. Got him on the arm on the dunk. Should have been an and one, Sean.
I'm just having to dunk it. He lays that in. He's got to bring that power component to the game.
Largest lead of the night for Kansas, but going in second.
Great job. King pointed this out in the first half. In transition, they're digging, trying to be disruptive, and they force you to have to pull the ball back out.
David Coyne off the skip pass.
What a dime right there. That's an absolute dime on them.
Saved by Mustafa Chapman, right to KJ Adams. AJ Storr. Three! 2 threes tonight for Storr. Largest lead for the Jayhawks.
What you gotta say now, Sean Farnham?
Last week when I was home, I watched the movie Miracle. That's a great hockey movie.
We'll get Mustafa Chapman to just the 7th time this season he's been in double figures.
If he plays like this team's going to be a...
Darius Johnson to the basket.
It's a great split right there when the big is split immediately.
Here comes Keyshawn Hall for the night.
That's like a running back seeing the hole, just like that one was. Stop the ball in transition.
Number 1 rule.
It's simple about stopping the ball. It was pretty easy when you had Earl Watson and Baron Davis as your guards.
Your job is easy.
Yes.
All you did was stand in the corner and shoot.
Nap on. No, all I did was move the ball. There's like 7 pros on my team.
AJ Storr, get out of here. 3 threes tonight for Storr.
I'm going to go ahead and leave for the rest of the night. You guys have fun. I mean, are you kidding me?
1 off a season high for Storr. Back to a double-digit lead for the Jayhawks, but the answer, Mustafa Cham for UCF. KJ Adams tries to muscle it up and in, but here comes Darius Johnson out of the pack. Tebow Coleman, 3!
Can I also point out one thing that Kansas has done an outstanding job of tonight? Not letting UCF live at the free throw line. They averaged 23 attempts per game.
Tebow Coleman launching a 3. The 9th made 3 for UCF. They're 4 for 6 from downtown in the second half.
UCF shares the basketball. When they're able to play for their teammates and not get caught up in that one-on-one battle, they are really, really good offensively.
Where was Hunter Dickinson going there? I mean, just dribbled right into the double team. Wide open.
For the lead. First lead tonight for UCF. Island Griffin behind the screen. The 3 rattles out. And the rebound secured by UCF. And a foul will get Keyshawn Hall to the line.
Contact.
1 more for Hall. Presented by Lowe's at 8 p.m. on ESPN, the NCAA Women's Selection Special. Followed by on ESPN2, Women's Bracketology at 9, and then Men's Bracketology at 10 Eastern on ESPN2. Inside to Dickinson. Across to KJ Adams.
When you swipe and go for the steal on the double, it often takes you out of position if you don't get it.
Backside help has to be there when you try to front the post.
Great pass. Where's the defense going?
J.J. Taylor and a foul on Hunter Dickinson. J.J. Taylor missing.
Rule number one, the person with the ball is the most important person.
Never leave the basketball. Hunter Dickinson, very interesting matchup and decision right there by Johnny Dawkins.
Team foul number 6 on the Knights. Hunter Dickinson inside of the slam, and we're tied.
That was outstanding by Riley Griffin. Drive straight line right at the defensive player, force him to step. Hunter Dickinson's got great hands. He's going to catch that and finish every single time.
And I think with this small ball lineup, Dickinson is who you have to play to if you are Kansas.
The rainbow from Darius Johnson.
Too many open three.
Right to Darius Johnson.
Here goes another one.
Too strong for Devo Coleman. The long rebound. Here comes Zeke Mayo.
Ooh, that's foul.
And Mayo. And they're going to review it. Rule on the floor is a common foul.
Above the neck.
And it's a swipe. Watch this.
Swipe at it, yeah.
I mean, that, come on. That's a given.
Definitely a flagrant one.
The previous play is under review.
This should be a one look, and yep, that's an F1. Let's move forward. To do it.
Yeah, it wasn't malicious intent.
Otherwise,
so contact to the head. Flagrant one. I think the referee's got it right.
Zeke Mayo nails both. He's got 16 to lead Kansas. And because of the flagrant one, the ball stays with KU. And the Knights clinging to a 1-point lead. Off the inbound.
Beautiful
Drops in Hunter Dickinson.
And that's what they have to attack.
Tyler Hendricks. Keyshawn Hall. Short of the 3 and DeJuan Harris. Ahead for KJ Adams.
Dickinson gets it, and then when this guy's out in the open floor, he elevates with the best of them in the country.
Look out.
It's away with a rebound for UCF.
Good one-on-one defense right there by Adams.
Darius Johnson wide. Zeke Mayo on a step back. 5 on the shot clock for Darius Johnson. Whips it inside. Mustafa Chomp can't get the roll. Run down by Keyshawn Hall. Launches a 3.
He's got ice in his veins.
Dickinson was able to easily get into rhythm and get to his hook shot. Right there, put the length of charm on him. Different story.
DeJuan Harris, the foul, puts UCF in the bonus for a 1-and-1. Down 1 with down 1 to the Jayhawks. Digits. What's the key for Johnny Dawkins' team, Sean, down the stretch?
I think it's all.
On the other side, King. What does Kansas need to do?
I love the side pick and roll with Zeke Mayo and whether it be Hunter Dickinson and Adams. But I think the biggest thing that we keep alluding to times that we've seen this UCF team lay down this season.
12 men's championship. And Kansas. Keyshawn Hall. Well defended by KJ Adams. And then Hall dribbles it out of bounds. Off his leg.
Right there, which allowed KJ Adams to get back and play that elite level defense that we just saw.
Zeke Mayo is tripped and will end up at the foul line.
Nate, get to the other side and see your options.
Mayo hits the front. And Mayo remains perfect at the free throw line. 3-point Kansas lead. And this partisan Jayhawk crowd in downtown Kansas City making some noise.
Darius Johnson needs the basketball right now.
foul will get Darius Johnson to the stripe for UCF. Darius Johnson, 82% from the line.
Limiting the number of free throws being attempted by UCF. Down the stretch here, UCF has gotten them into foul trouble and keeps getting to the free throw line.
Sixth straight game for Darius Johnson with 20 or more. And it's Kansas clinging to a 1-point lead with 1:45 to go. Hunter Dickinson. Tipped out by KJ Adams and a fresh 20 for the Jayhawks.
Winning plays, once again. Winning plays by KJ Adams.
KJ Adams got a mismatch underneath right now.
They try to get it to him. Adams stumbles, and if that's Johnson, he is fouled out.
What that shows you, by the way, for the fans at home, the floor are so important that they're consistently rotating in sync.
That's a really great point. That's a really great point.
KJ Adams takes advantage and nails both with a double bonus there. Approaching a minute to go in a 3-point game. And UCF without their point guard for the rest of the way.
Don't need a three.
Keyshawn Hall takes it anyways. Mustafa Cham the offensive rebound. We're going the other way, Kansas ball.
Johnson did more than score. He set the tone. He's allowed everything to be set through him, and he kept you under control.
And Kansas, work late, side on ball screen.
KJ Adams rattles out, and the rebound tip to Jordan Ivy Curry. UCF with the ball down 3. Ivy Curry gets loose. 3! Tie game! Timeout, Kansas. 9.6.
So see how he just gets his feet set? He knew as soon as he went left that he had the space. Right there, he knows he's shooting the shot. Zeke Mayo put his hands down, didn't contest at all because he was... You're not switching off Hunter Dickinson to put a guard on him, I'll tell you that.
I'm fighting through.
KJ Adams isolated against Keyshawn Hall. And he steps on the baseline. Kansas a turnover. And now UCF with 3.8 has a chance to win it. And Johnny Dawkins will utilize it. Here comes Ivy Curry. Jordan Ivy Curry to the win. We're going to overtime. 5 more minutes in Kansas City. Second round of the Big 12 championship. Nobody's happier than 5 more minutes than Tommy Logan.
Been on an out of bounds underneath twice in that game late. They had a poor execution on a side out of bounds with 9 seconds left to go on the clock here. Those special situations can make the difference of winning and losing a game.
And to reiterate King's point, UCF has to go the rest of the way without their standout point guard, Darius Johnson. The steal, Jordan Ivy Curry. Braces up the floor.
Out of control.
Arrow will stay at this end, UCF ball.
Here's the biggest key.
He is a bucket getter looking to score. They do not have a point guard on the floor. They need somebody to be able to set the tone and be that initiator.
But if you're a coach in practice, and every coach will tell you this, you practice situations with him on the bench. You have to.
Hunter Dickinson.
Because Cham backs away and gives him space.
Keyshawn Hall, foul.
He's having to work extra hard to get a bucket
Tonight. 20 into overtime. Block shot to stop at Cham, but a foul. Kansas has made their... Kansas by 3.
so hard to guard one-on-one.
1 for 2. Up and inside to Dickinson. And the rebound, Keyshawn Hall for UCF.
Once again, we see the link by Chom affecting that jumper.
Foul on A.J. Storr, number 4.
Matchup immediately.
I don't disagree with you at all. You're spot on. You know that you are in that matchup. Know where your help is and try to funnel to that. The latest possession of Keyshawn Hall does that same thing. I had to tap A.J. Storr there. That's a foul.
Storr on the baseline. And Hunter Dickinson.
Overpowered. Hunter Dickinson, the upperclassman versus the freshman. Toss the freshman out of the way.
It's just a grown man rebound right there, Sean.
Keyshawn Hall, way short on the 3.
And 1 of the 4, you got a lack of legs and to clear out that space. You go for a rebound at this stage of the game, whatever it takes mentality.
David Coit too strong. KJ Adams the offensive rebound for KU. The kick out 3 missed by Storr. And the rebound, Jordan Ivy Curry. Here comes UCF in transition. Debo Coleman. Way off. Long outlet for Coit. A.J. Storr to the basket.
A season high for A.J. Storr at 17 points. He's been huge tonight.
Timeout, Johnny Dawkins. Fouls for Kansas. UCF 0 for 4 from the floor in overtime. Niels Mahovsky. 3!
That's a big-time shot right there by Mahovsky.
Now you need to be focused, UCF. You're mentally fatigued. You're in overtime. Can you get the one stop? Game comes down to it right now. You don't get a stop, you're losing this game. Stay attached, communicate.
Zeke Mayo. Loose ball, UCF comes away with it. Keyshawn Hall fumbles it away out of bounds.
And that's to your point, Sean. You don't have the numbers. We've seen this time and time again, specifically.
If you can funnel it to Storr, foul that.
Storr's got the
Got a
ball,
foul.
and they foul him. Second on J.J. Taylor. Jayhawks have made 10 straight free throws.
That's who you want at the free throw line right
They
there.
left him open. They allowed him.
Storr.
That is not expect. This is what you need if you're Kansas.
And he showed up big last year for Wisconsin in the Big Ten tournament, and he hits both free throws to make it a 2-possession game. To the basket, it rolls in, and 1, Jordan Ivy Curry.
And that's the last thing you want right there if you're Kansas.
1-point game. Zeke Mayo bumped, and he'll shoot 2 with 16.6 from. Falls in for Zeke Mayo. 24 for Mayo tonight. And the miss after 13 consecutive made free throws by Kansas.
Now you can get downhill. This changes everything. You definitely don't need the three-point shot. I like Ivy Curry here attacking.
On the baseline, left short by Mustafa Chum. Hunter Dickinson, the rebound and a foul. And Kansas will go to the line at the other end.
You fouled and go into the free throw line is a better look.
But he would have forced up a bad shot.
3-point game. Riquise Passmore.
Yes.
Debo Coleman is tripped. Time has run out. They'll probably put time back on the clock. Rylan Griffin called for the foul.
Actually a really good thing right there for Kansas.
Now, what you're going to ask is you got to make the first, you got to miss the second, and you got to tip.
Makes the first. Points by both teams in any Big 12 game in this tournament's history. And Coleman didn't hit the rim.
You got to hit the rim on that. You have to hit the rim.
A foul before the inbound, and they're calling a hold on Tyler Hendricks. And David Coit, still with 9/10 left, will shoot at the other end.
How many times do you actually practice that scenario?
You should practice.
And David Coit nails both, and that should do it for Kansas. Heroic effort from UCF, but the Kansas Jayhawks find a way to get it done and advance to play Arizona here tomorrow night. And our player of the game brought to you by Phillips 66. Off the bench, A.J. Storr, a season-high 19 points for Storr.